lot of things different.
It's strange because at the same time there's a lot of things that are different, but the whole like essence of it feels kind of the same because it's still like the same people we know and love working together on a stage, which is something that's really familiar for a lot of us.
Yeah, we've had to get really creative with like the way we do things. Like for example, the masks. Like we have to wear clear masks, which are kind of, you know, they're a lot to get used to.
We're working on it.
Yeah, and like acting with masks in general is like pretty different than what we're used to. As well as like trying to stay far apart because usually like we're all really good friends, so like we're all kind of all over each other all the time.
There's like 20 people shoved in one room.
Yeah, so it's pretty different.
But at the end of the day, we're all in the theater working together, and it's great, and it's fun.
It's very fun.
Well, it's really weird having to like wear masks on stage and not be able to like show facial expression because like a big part of acting is facial expression and playing off your scene partner's facial expressions and expressing to the audience all that stuff. So it's kind of interesting having to use like your whole face.
For sure, and I think the timeline's been a lot different because usually the teachers have all summer to plan and they didn't really know if we were going to be able to do this, so we pretty much from the get-go in August were like up and rolling. That was kind of when everything started.
It's kind of cool in a weird way. It was such an enormous undertaking over the summer as well as the beginning of the school year. And I think the coolest part is that we are a part of history and there's never probably going to be a show done like this again with masks on stage and having it filmed and live streamed. So it's a really unique opportunity and it's cool to be a part of it.
Well, we always like to prepare extensively for the plays, so it wasn't too different. We always, for example, we would go in the script and we see who's talking when so we can assign mic plots for people. The only preparation differences were figuring out how we can have a safe way for everybody to wear a mic.
We're trying to do as much as we can, except with like kind of a smaller budget, both in terms of financial and like people that we have to work on things. Like I know for a fact that that stage would be like way more intricate and way better if, you know, the world wasn't ending right now. But we're making do with what we have.
It's definitely, there's kind of an honor, I guess, to be like part of the unprecedented thing. Like not a huge honor, but it's like we're kind of the pioneers for a lot of the other activities that are trying to do distanced and masked. So, but with that also comes like the pressure of not getting a COVID case before we film. And there's definitely, I think none of us really thought we were gonna make it this far, considering like we trusted each other, but like it's just we're really proud in each other for staying this safe and having gotten this far.
Yeah, and it's also like interesting because our grade also like is one of the most involved grades, like specifically our grade, because we have like the biggest number of people in shenanigans, like the biggest number of people with like bigger parts in the play and like musical and stuff. So it's really interesting that like our grade is the one who's like senior years like this. But honestly, I wouldn't really change it because this has like been a really awesome experience. And it's really cool working with like a smaller group because you get to know the people despite like the obstacles like the masks and like that kind of stuff.
I think we don't really feel it in the moment, but we're definitely gonna look back and be like, that's kind of like weird that we did that. And especially like a lot of other schools aren't doing what we're doing. Like I talked to my friends that do theater at other schools and none of them are doing anything like this. So we feel really lucky.
Yeah, sometimes I don't even realize how like monumental it is because I've just become so used to the masks and the stuff, and I'm just happy it's happening.
I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm happy that we get to explore these different types of broadcasting opportunities, and it gives RBTV another outlet to show, our capabilities and show how we're able to broadcast something like this on a scale like this.
This year's setup is a little bit different than previous years because this year we actually have an opportunity to sit in on the rehearsals, and that familiarizes the camera operators with the flow and movement on stage, and also gives the director an opportunity to see the same thing, the flow and the action and the blocking of the actors, so we can catch the action later on when we actually record the show for streaming.
Yeah, I hope everyone watching this saw the show.
Yes, it will be very good.
Or
was very good.
Watch Clue, November 13th and 14th.